Hi guys, welcome to my movie fan channel. My name's Tyler. Today's retro review is going to be for the movie Contagion. The movie's coming up on its 10-year anniversary, and to how relevant it is right now, I figured I would review that one for you guys and go back and rewatch. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you give me a thumbs up down below and share this video around all your friends and family on Facebook, Twitter, and all the different social medias. Also hit the little subscribe button and the notification bell. That's super important so you get alerts to when I post a new video. This movie starts off with a montage of people touching things, and everything they touch, the camera pans to it and focuses in on it. And you're like, oh no, here it goes. I'm getting paranoid and like sweating and stressed out watching this because with what we have going on with the COVID-19 pandemic, you're looking at things different. Gwyneth Paltrow is in the airport and she's touching the peanuts in the little bowl that are for everybody, and you're like, oh, don't do that. And then she would touch the door handle and you're like, don't do that. And everything you do, you're like, oh my God, people don't know. And that was like 2010. So people are just doing whatever they want to do. Now we kind of know, like maybe not touch everything. And it's just kind of crazy watching this with a different perspective with the current state of affairs in the world. It's also flashing back and forth in this montage to different places of the world, and it's showing their population. And I kind of appreciated that because you're like, damn, there's a lot of people there. And that's understandable how this would spread that fast in that region with how many people there are. And you just see people coughing and hacking on buses, and you're like, oh my God, we're so gross. People are gross. The whole thing was just classic Steven Soderbergh, though, and I like the isms that you see in all his other works. They were definitely front and center right out of the gate with this movie, and you're like, yep, this is a Steven Soderbergh movie. So in light of this being eerily similar to the current pandemic, Lawrence Fishburne is basically the Dr. Fauci character. A lot of the weight falls on him. He's kind of the person in the scientific community that is pushed up front, and he's scapegoated politically to where he's really attacked by both sides, and they just want to pin the blame on when new discoveries are made and changes have to happen. Let's blame this guy. So he's under the microscope. So every little decision he makes regarding his family and what he's doing and the choices he makes are amplified and torn apart by the media and people, and he's under immense pressure with the responsibilities that he has and trying to come up with the vaccine. Sounds familiar. Jude Law is a journalist who's spreading misinformation and capitalizing on other people suffering and benefiting from it, and he's like made a millionaire with pushing this false vaccine as a new hope that's gonna get people cured and vaccinated when it's not a tested thing and it's not going to make you immune, and they're finding out that it could have all these negative side effects, and this dude was peddling these drugs out to people with this following that he had on the internet. Another unique perspective that we got was Matt Damon as a regular citizen. He ends up being immune to the virus, but his wife is Gwyneth Paltrow, who dies pretty early on in the movie. She's essentially almost patient zero. She was his new wife. Her son also died, his stepson. So Matt Damon is suffering a lot of loss, and it's about how he is handling this and how he's trying to protect his daughter, who is still alive, and making changes, what he has to do to adapt to the misinformation out there and not knowing what's going on, the chaos that is involved with the pandemic. So that's interesting to see the different perspectives, and I really appreciated that in this movie, that you see it from people in government, people in the military like Bryan Cranston's character, people at all levels of science and the scientific community, and you also see it from the citizen's perspective. So I recommend renting this movie or giving it a rewatch or a first-time watch if you've never seen it. It's so well done. It's got a Hall of Fame level cast, which I haven't even mentioned half the people in this. And then realize that we're experiencing a lot of the same things, and some of the lines are just like spine chilling when you hear what they're saying, and they're announcing over the speaker like stay 10 feet apart. We're saying 6, but he's saying don't interact with people. Lawrence Fishburne's telling his wife, and that's social distancing. So the buzzwords are different, but it's all the same chaos and craziness that is going on with us as we're trying to figure out how to deal with this in our everyday lives. The relevance to our current state of affairs, the ensemble cast, and this is a pretty good movie that is ultimately really thrilling. So I would advise that you watch this, and I'm sure there's people that are tired of, like I said, all the buzzwords and the chaos and being made to feel afraid and being afraid, rightfully so, not knowing what's going on. But this is a great movie, ultimately super relevant to what's going on. I can understand if you want to break from that. But I recommend that you guys watch Contagion. I thought this was awesome. So that's my review, guys. Let me know what you thought down below in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next video.